Before we begin, I have a quick request. If you love spine-chilling stories, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This helps us continue bringing you more incredible stories. And when you're done, tell me in the comments, which of these stories affected you the most? Being a firefighter means facing the unknown. Every call could be a rescue, an uncontrollable fire, or something far worse. The flames are not the only horrors these professionals face. Some stories go beyond the explainable. In this video, you'll hear 5 real accounts of female firefighters who encountered true terror, dark entities, unexplainable forces, and lurking shadows within the fire, the ruins, and the night. Some of these heroines made it out alive. Others were never the same again. Prepare yourself for disturbing, real-life accounts that will keep you awake tonight. You have been warned. Now, proceed at your own risk. It was supposed to be a routine fire. The house was completely engulfed in flames, and the neighbors swore they had heard a child screaming inside. Firefighter Carla Mendonça charged into the burning house, following the desperate cries. Thick smoke blurred her vision, but she saw the girl at the top of the stairs, wearing a white nightgown, her wide eyes full of fear. "Stay calm! I'm coming to get you!" Carla shouted, stumbling up the steps. But when she reached the last floor, the girl was gone. Confused, Carla looked around. That's when she noticed something chilling. The hallway was pristine. No smoke, no fire, no heat. She turned back toward the stairs and realized that the rest of the house was still burning. It was as if she had stepped into another reality. Suddenly, cold hands touched her shoulders, a shiver ran down her spine, and a whisper echoed in her ear. "You shouldn't be here." Carla blinked, and she was back in the burning house. But now, a wall was collapsing over her. She dove back just in time, rolling down the stairs, covered in ash, coughing up blood, but alive. When she told the neighbors what had happened, they revealed a horrifying detail. 10 years ago, a little girl had died in that very room, and her voice still echoed in the silence of the night. Julia Santos was responding to a fire in an abandoned building. Everything seemed normal until she saw a figure standing motionless inside the flames. "There's someone in there!" she yelled, running to rescue the victim. But as she got closer, the man turned and smiled. His face was charred, twisted, deformed by fire, but his mouth opened in a grotesque grin. Julia froze. That thing should not be alive. Then he took a step toward her. Panicked, Julia stepped back, but the man simply vanished into the flames. Later, after reporting the incident, locals told her the building had burned down years ago, killing a man trapped on the 3rd floor. Since then, people claimed to hear laughter coming from inside. But the scariest part? When Julia removed her helmet, she found burned fingerprints on the visor. Firefighter Renata Vieira received a call about a house fire in a remote area. When she arrived, the owners were standing outside, hysterical. "There's someone still inside!" they cried. Renata and her team rushed in, but found no one, only a staircase leading to a dark attic. With her flashlight shaking in her hand, Renata climbed up. In the middle of the attic, something was wrapped in a blanket on the floor. It looked like a body. Her heart pounded. Was it still alive? She hesitated, then pulled back the blanket. Nothing was there. But before she could process what had happened, an invisible force shoved her backward, sending her tumbling down the stairs. Later, she discovered the truth. Years ago, a man had been found dead in that attic, burned alive. And now, no one could put out the fire in his vengeful soul. It was a suffocating, moonless night when the fire station received the call. The voice on the other end was weak, distorted by static and strange crackling sounds. "Help! I'm trapped on the 5th floor. The fire is spreading, firefighter." Camila Duarte glanced at her colleagues. There were no sirens blaring, no other emergency alerts in the city. Yet, they rushed to the given address. When they arrived, a cold chill crawled up their spines. The building had been abandoned for years. Windows were shattered, doors rotting, and the structure was on the verge of collapse. But from inside came the screams. Camila adjusted her helmet and stepped inside. The silence was deafening. The only sound was her own breathing inside the mask. As she climbed the stairs, the scent of smoke filled the air. Footprints of soot appeared before her, leading to the 5th floor, and then the phone rang. She hesitated and picked it up. "Help! The fire is spreading. I'm trapped on the 5th floor." Her blood ran cold. It was the same voice, but now it was inside the room. Camila turned toward the mirror and saw herself burning. The reflection's eyes were black, empty, devoured by terror. The door slammed. "Shut!" The flames returned. She screamed. Everything went dark. When she woke up, she was on the ground floor. Her uniform was intact, but her skin was ice cold. And in the 5th floor window, a burning figure watched her, smiling, holding the black phone. That call never came from a victim. It came from something that never left the fire. The wildfire had been raging for hours. The sky was painted orange and black, the air thick with smoke. Firefighter Isabella Costa and her team were battling the inferno when they heard a distress call on the radio. "Help! I'm lost. The fire is everywhere." The voice was distant, weak, almost distorted. Isabella ran through the smoke until she saw her, a woman in an old white dress, standing completely still amidst the burning trees. "Ma'am, we have to go. It's dangerous." The woman did not move. Isabella stepped closer. "Can you hear me? I'm here to help." And then the woman turned. She had no face. A dark void where her eyes, nose, and mouth should have been. As Isabella fled, the voice surrounded her. "Help! I'm lost. The fire is everywhere." At the fire truck, she asked, "Did you hear that woman on the radio?" Her captain went pale. "What woman? We never got a call, and at the edge of the trees." She stood watching. The fire hadn't consumed her, because she had always belonged to it. These stories prove that fear is not just in the flames, but in what lurks inside them. Many female firefighters carry invisible scars, not just from the fires they have fought, but from what they have seen, what they have heard, and what they can never explain. Do you believe in ghosts? In something that never rests? Perhaps the next time you hear a fire alarm in the dead of night, something beyond the living is also answering the call. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on notifications so you won't miss our next terrifying stories. See you in the next video.